It's a good thing that I started by mentioning Seda Borj. I'm sure you're familiar with her content, and the ruckus that it caused among netizens a couple of weeks ago, just well last week, yeah. And that kind of boils down to the question that has consistently been asked, but yet haven't really been answered about what exactly does social media contribute, to the life of an individual, especially for young people who are always on social media. An average young person's life revolves around social media right now, both for education, to study, to stay connected, entertained, and all that and all that. You can barely find a teenager who doesn't have a smartphone in their hands and is connected to any of these platforms, always on that platform. If somebody's data finishes, it's like their life is about to end. Do you understand? So how do you react to putting it together with Seda Borj's content? Is social media really a negative influence, or is there a level playing ground to it? Is there a balance to it?
Concerning the question you asked, I don't think that social media is a negative influence, because, see, I count it personal that social media is the greatest technological advancement we've had in the 21st century. So social media,
greatest?
The greatest to me. Because that is one of the platforms where you can get any and everything that you need. Social media, the foundation of it is the internet too. So it depends on the person. Everybody goes on social media, everything, everybody. Even the elderly now, they're on social media. So they are looking for just what will give them satisfaction. So it first starts with the question, how do we utilize social media? That is the real question. How do you utilize it? How do I utilize it? What is the satisfaction that we are hoping to derive? Then it now goes to the other question. Those people that are giving the satisfaction, are they giving a positive satisfaction to the derivation or a negative satisfaction? Everybody has this clouds in their reasoning of what they like. So it just depends on the person. What you might term as negative and might term as positive, it's just thinking. So you must first understand, and that's what content creation is all about. You find your space, you find your media, you find your target, then you make it. So that is just it.
What I might tag as negative, somebody else might tag as positive. Okay, because this leads to my next question. So let's take it from there, yeah? When you make a statement like that, it's like it causes a kind of disruption. And what I mean by that is morals are morals, principles are principles, right is right, wrong is wrong, good is good, bad is bad. So if we try at some point, due to content, because we want to make content that will go viral, or because we want to make content that will catch attention, we try to paint or sugarcoat what is wrong or what is bad to make it look good. And then to you it starts to look good, but does it really make it good? And these are some of the kind of things that social media has sold to the society in the past couple of years. Do you still stand with that school of thought?
I don't stand with any school of thought. The first thing is social media doesn't sell anything. It's content creators that sell things to social media. Social media, like I said, is the biggest marketplace. Right? This television station is on social media. So it's not social media selling you. I don't want using social media to sell something else, right? So everybody have what they think. But that doesn't mean that what you think is actually good. Like, quoting what she said, she was like, if I don't do talking stages, right? I chat you up in the morning, I bill you up in the evening. It shows that she comes from, how can I say it, a reasoning class, where she believes that that is what is right. I know females now, I'm not trying to, like, maybe be sexist or something. Most of them have this understanding that if you're in a relationship with a guy, if the guy can't do this, can't do that, the guy is irresponsible, this and this and this and that. So it depends on the person. But what she said, I totally don't agree with it. I don't. As a person, you cannot speak that kind of thing in public.
Okay, so one of the comments yesterday, I think, or a couple of days back, I was on social media, and a lady made a post about a challenge she's having with her husband. Yeah, and and this leads to my next question. She made a, you know, all those keep me anonymous type of posts. So she reeled out a challenge she was having with her husband, which in my opinion has no business being on social media, because why are you telling us what is going on between yourself and your husband, right? But of course we get a lot of that all the time. And then somebody under that post said, at this point, I'm starting to think that I prefer when we didn't have social media to now that we have social media. And it kind of resonated with me, because there are conversations that are left for the adults in the family. There are conversations that are left for the older people in the family. You wouldn't even know about it. You wouldn't even hear that your aunt is having issues with her husband, or that your uncle is out of job. But these days, it's all on social media. The moment they sack your uncle, somebody has come and post it on social media. So, and a lot of people were under that hard comment in the comment section saying, yes, I agree with you, this, that. And it kind of raised that in my mind too, because I grew up at the point where there was no social media. I had neighbors. I knew my neighbors. We used to come out at 4 o'clock to play downstairs. We used to watch the local television that comes on at 4 p.m. There was a lot of relationship. We don't have a lot of that anymore, because kids these days are on their tabs, they are watching something or playing on something. You understand? That's another school of thought that I'd like to find out if you agree with. Are we better off without social media?
Like I said, I don't think we can be better off without social media. You see, what they are happening, like the point they're trying to drive at is there's a lot of misuse. Like I said, because it is one of the biggest technological advances, I will still always say that is why there is no law. There's nothing that can actually curb the existence of social media. No. The one that personally have to curb our relation to it. Me too, I grew up in a generation where me and my brothers play. We only watch TV by 8. That is news. After you watch news, that will tells you go and sleep. So we play morning to evening. If there is no school, very nice.
That's also play.
So that is just it. But now that in social media, you are sitting down next to your brother, you are talking, it's not reminding you. So it's on Facebook or any social media platform or something like that. So you see, we need to have an understanding of what you use social media for and what utility we derive from it. So you see, that thing you said about a woman bringing out personal problems to social media, she would be in the understanding on the light that maybe someone has passed through this. Then she's going with that anonymous post to see the help she can get. But that's set aside. There are some personal things that should not be in the space of the public, because social media is a public space. Actually, it's not a personal space. If that you went into someone's DM, that you know that okay, maybe this person is a motivator, is a life coach, marriage coach. You have them online, right? And you put it in their DM. Well,
understandable. Yeah.
They won't reply you. That is if they won't reply.
Daniel!
So like, she thinks that is the only way she could get our troubles out and get solutions. So like I said, it depends on how you see it. But me personally, I don't think we should be putting those kind of things in place. Okay,
so you seem to have a lot of positivity towards social media and the use of social media, because I have to quote you right, you are more about the use of social media. Okay, so with the use of social media, would you say, or how do I say this? Please go ahead and tell us all the positives that we can harness from social media, assuming that everybody else has a mindset that you do, seeking for the positives on social media instead of all the madness that we've had to deal with in the past. How would you say social media has positively impacted the society?
How social media has positively impacted society? It's, the word impact is very, very strong, very strong, very deep. But before impact can take place, there must be an impact. That is IMPART, right? So the impact is the leading. That is trying to define the meaning of something to something. And when you define something, the impact will come by the influences we have. So how social media impacted itself, it still boils down to what people that use social media. So you see, there's something about personal influence. You see someone on TV, you see someone, and you just like that person because the way the person carries himself, the way he speaks, his life. But when you now get to know the person personally, you now develop a likeness, a feeling, you want to be like that person. So you see the way the person has impacted you from what you have seen, now it gives you an impact of a better personality. Let me make an analogy with Charlie Chaplin. That is who I believe to be the best comical character of all time, personally now. And the reason is this, because when I do watch Charlie Chaplin, that time during television or motion pictures, there was no audio. But Charlie Chaplin will allow you to laugh. You will laugh, you know, you free his actions and everything. But that doesn't mean that we understood who Charlie Chaplin was. We just understood his comical character. You can get there now. I'm just saying, I don't know. Children can be like, my dad is an ash person, this, that. But on TV, we saw a comical character that was lovely, nice, and everything. So you see that comical character influenced a lot of men. One is Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, and other comical characters after him. So you see the impact he had on the lives of persons through theater, through motion pictures, bettered a new understanding of what we call comical characters. And it's from there we bettered all these skit makers, all these comedians and everything. So when you want to do those kind of things, you should use, okay, social media is a public space. What public service am I providing? And what is the positivity or negativity of this? So you see what she said, going back to Sajbaj, is, let's say it's to a level of understanding. You know, some people, when I was reading through comments, some people were giving up. The reason for that billing in the end is to see serious guys. So see, if the guy can't send you money, it's serious. It doesn't mean that because I don't send you money means I'm serious about any relationship. Yeah, people have money that they want to throw. It doesn't mean anything. So yeah, if you text a guy and can't send you 1K for a card, it means that the guy is not a serious guy.
Okay, let's move forward. So let us bring it back away from the users and creators on social media, but the creators of these platforms. Yeah. There are things called community guidelines. So Instagram, for instance, will tell you there are certain words you cannot use on Instagram. Same for TikTok, Facebook. The moment they find those words, it goes ballistic on you. You're either shadow banned or your page could be taken down for good, depending on the extent of the damage you made with the words, right? But those community guidelines, there has been a lot of back and forth about the relevance and how much it actually helps to guide the community, because people find a way around these guidelines. You know, there are certain words that you want to spell, you spell it. You don't spell it the way it's supposed to be spelled, but it still passes the message that you're trying to pass, and that way you've jumped and passed the community guidelines. And people make posts, and part of the community guidelines is, as far as this post is not harming anybody, but it is harming people. But see, I'm sure you understand where I'm going to with this. So they give that platform for negativity to be sold and all that and all that. People have clamored, sent newsletters, sent stuff to the people in the back end to please change some of these guidelines and upgrade it to something better. Do you think that they have a role to play with what comes up on social media, especially with, you know, as it concerns putting out positive content, and also the age of persons on social media making certain posts? Because the robot will just ask you, are you 18 and above? And you click yes and that's it, and you move on. They probably give you a captcha to tick, and you tick it and you're gone. How do they know that the person holding this phone is actually 18 and above? Even if you ask me to choose my date of birth, if I was born 2 years ago, I can tick that I was born 25 years ago. How do you know that? You get where I'm going to with this. How are they able to check these things and put it together and, you know, give us a better social media space? Okay.
In actual sense now, in software development, there is no technology there is as that. See, the mind of man is really smart. Even if you ask an historical question, that's why we did history in school, the person will answer right. So concerning the age bracket, there's basically nothing they can do right now. But you see, with every update of this apps, there's something they call privacy policy, right? So those are the policies. And we were so, how can I say, we were so straightforward until we started seeing bullying on social media. Then they developed the text or the word cyberbullying, you see. So with constant development, there's always constant development of negativity. There's no one. So they too, they have what they do. They have people they work with. That's why they have a legal team and everything. That's why you see some time ago, maybe a year or two ago, like the US Senate had to invite Facebook CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, concerning what Facebook is doing, dating apps, how they allow those kind of things, how they allow other people to access other people's information, show information security. They too have a role to play, and they are playing their roles. So it just depends on how effective the role is. We, like I said, social media, we can't actually curb it to a corner because we see it as the only space where we are at liberty to see whatever we like. I can create an account with my name.
Yeah.
And I can have another account with a username.
Exactly.
And I will just say anything.
Pseudo accounts.
Yes, pseudo accounts.
Okay. It's a lot that goes on, you know, on the conversation around social media, but unfortunately we have to end this now. Thank you so much, Daniel, for dropping by. You're always making sense on this program. Hopefully we'll have you again to further have this conversation.
Yeah,
Until then, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And this is what we draw it on this segment. When we return, we'll continue to give you interesting content. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.